What's going on, Colts Nation? I appreciate you joining me for another video where in this one I want to talk a little bit about the quarterback situation, right? I think recently we talked a little bit about paying Daniel Jones and what that might look like and is that something that we think the Colts will do, right? We still have Anthony Richardson in our possession, so maybe this is just, hey, we got Daniel Jones. We with next year's salary cap, maybe they don't end up doing that. Well, it did come out yesterday before the game. Came out, Ian Rappaport. He reported that the Colts are looking to lock up quarterback Daniel Jones with a long-term extension. Right, and of course, that's something that I feel like we could have definitely seen coming. But just looking at what's transpired this year, I mean, obviously this team we've talked about for so long now that this team just needs a quarterback to come in and do the right things, right? Come in, help us win. Just don't be the reason we lose. And that's exactly what Daniel Jones has done. Like, it's not like he's putting up the most ridiculous numbers in the league, but right now, and of course the Colts have not had a bye week yet, but he has 2,062 pass yards, and this is, of course, before Monday Night Football, where the Chiefs will be playing Jaden Daniels' has missed games, so that doesn't really matter, and he's not playing tonight. But Patrick Mahomes is in there, and I'm honestly not sure where Patrick Mahomes is in this whole thing. But Daniel Jones, third right now in the league in terms of pass yards. He's also tied for 11th in passing touchdowns. Now you add the rushing touchdowns. He has 17 total touchdowns this year, 3 interceptions, and hasn't fumbled the ball, which was something that was very common when he was in New York over there with the Giants. And this year, I think he took 3 sacks against the Titans in the first half against the Titans. Colts, I mean, probably the worst half of football they played so far this year. That first half against the Titans, still able to find a way to put up 17 points. They were still up by 10. Luckily, it was the Titans because that was not a clean half of football for what it was. But nonetheless, coming out of that game against the Titans, again, 3 sacks going into that game. I believe it was 6 sacks in 7 games, I'm pretty sure. So being able to stay clean, being able to get into the right checks, being on top of the protections, O-line is doing their thing. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor doing his thing. The receivers doing their thing. And Daniel Jones has been accurate. He's missed a couple here and there. But for the most part, he's been really accurate, right? Like I said, he has 2,062 yards, 71.2% completion percentage. And pretty much every game is essentially the same thing. Like the lowest he has on the season, he has 2 games, the Denver game and the Chargers game, where he was at 67.7%. The highest that he has, looking through, is the Dolphins game, where he threw the ball 29 times and he had 75.9%. So everything right in that same range, couple at 72. So overall, just really consistent from what we're seeing from the average for his career coming in, I think was just under 6. This year it's at 8.5. Like the plays that he's making, it's consistent week to week. It's all you really need from the quarterback, and the efficiency from him. Like when you think about early in the season, the Colts struggled in the red zone, right, which hurt his numbers, hurt Jonathan Taylor's numbers. We were still putting up points, but we were kicking a lot of field goals. Right, Daniel Jones had 1 touchdown pass each of the first 4 weeks of the season. Right now, he did have 2 rushing touchdowns the first week, a rushing touchdown in the second week, but in terms of passing touchdowns, he had 1 passing touchdown each of the first 4 weeks. And then after that point, right, in the next 4 games, 2, 2, 2, and 3. Right, and one of them was basically a handoff, but counts as a pass. But nonetheless, his uptick and in touchdown production has gone up as the Colts I want to get this number. I know I have the number here somewhere. The Colts have scored, the Colts have a 67.6 red zone touchdown percentage in 2025. But since week 4, Indy has converted 16 of 18 red zone trips, which is 88.9%, which of course would be first in the NFL. That is an absolutely ridiculous percentage of touchdowns in the red zone, 16 of 18. And then you have Jonathan Taylor being able to score from 40, 50, 80 yards out, right? So, which helps even more, right? So, luckily, we're sitting here, right? Spencer Schrader goes down. Beginning of the year, we're kicking a bunch of field goals, and really, since he's been gone, we haven't had to kick a whole lot of field goals. Badgley has come in. He, kicks a field goal or two a game, but it's really just extra points. So overall, just good job by the offense. Daniel Jones, of course, being the leader of the offense. I mean, you could definitely throw in Jonathan Taylor, Quentin Nelson into that, but everybody's doing their part, and everything's coming together the way I tried to tell people. If we get a quarterback that can just come in and not lose the game for us, we're going to be just fine. We can win a lot of games, right? My last season prediction video right before the season, I told people this is a 12-win team because of how much I've believed in Daniel Jones throughout his career and because of how much film I've watched on the guys that we have and knowing what we have in the building and what we added this offseason. I tried to tell people this is a 12-win team. And here we are, 7-1, best record in the NFL after 8 weeks. Who could have guessed? Admittedly, I did not. I thought we might lose the Broncos game. I thought we might lose the Rams game. Right? But I did have us, at this point, being 6-2. So, this is one of those situations that does feel pretty good to be right. It's almost like I know ball. Talking about football at times, almost like I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit. But nonetheless, we do have the reports that the Colts are officially going to be trying to extend Daniel Jones, and it is going to be after the season. In the video we talked about maybe it'll be during the season with the way he's performing. Maybe they try to lock him up sooner rather than later. They're going to wait till after the season, so we'll see what happens as the season progresses and the season continues along. And then, of course, with the way it's looking right now, getting into the playoffs and how that situation goes. So we'll see what happens as the year unfolds. But the report for me and Rappaport is that Daniel Jones is looking to get an extension, or the Colts are looking to extend Daniel Jones, rather. And that should happen after the season and pending with what happens throughout the rest of the season and the postseason. So you guys let me know your thoughts on this situation down in the comment section. Would love to hear from you guys. And, of course, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on so you get notified anytime there's any content dropping on this channel. Of course, I appreciate you stopping by for another video. And, as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go Colts.